Great to see you all. If you are brand new, welcome. And if you're returning, welcome. Great to see you again. I have a little bit of a different kind of workout, mixed some things up and added some new things in, took some things out. So, those of you who have been here for a while, you might notice a slight little difference. And just like Liz was saying, exactly, listen to your body, do what feels good. You are the driver of your own body. And so, if you want to go fast, go fast. If you want to go slow. You don't have to match your intensity according to what I'm doing or how I'm moving. So this is really meant to be very individualized, and hopefully at the end, everybody gets the kind of workout that they need. Okay, so let's take a moment just to kind of check in with ourselves. We'll take about 2 minutes just to breathe and settle in, and also make sure you have everything that you need for your workout today. So, water is very important. It's good to stay hydrated while you're working out. And also, if you want to use weights today, you can have some hand weights or something heavy that you'd like to hold on to. Objects around the house are fine as long as you can hold on to them really well. And anything from 1 pound to 5 pounds is good. If you want to use a little bit more than that, that's fine too. All right, everybody. So make sure you have what you need. Take a moment to get settled. If you'd like to close your eyes, you can. If you'd rather leave your eyes open, that's fine. And just take a moment to check in with your breath. And if you're just kind of rushing to get connected, give yourself this opportunity just to land, to settle, and let your thoughts go, and let the rush go. And just let your breath flow in and out with ease without doing anything to change it. And as you're breathing, you might notice sounds around you. You might have other people or pets around you. So it's okay. Just allow whatever's happening in your peripheral vision to just kind of drift into the background. Any sounds that you hear, just let them come and go. And begin to deepen your breath when you feel ready. So the next time you breathe in, maybe you'd like to draw the image of a balloon into your mind and allow your belly and your rib cage to expand, just like a balloon. And then as you exhale all of that breath out, imagine that you are squeezing all of the air out of that balloon. And take your time here. So the inhale, you're filling up that balloon very slowly, trying to expand in all directions. And as you exhale, you don't need to create tension here, but just continue to breathe all the way out until that breath is all the way gone. And some of us might breathe a little deeper. Maybe your inhale is longer than mine or shorter than mine. And maybe your exhale is longer or shorter than mine, and that's okay. And as you're breathing, begin to bring your awareness to your core, to the muscles around your core, your belly, your waist, your low back, diaphragm, and pelvic floor. All of these muscles soften and engage just at the right time as we inhale and exhale. So just trust that every time you exhale that breath out, you're engaging the muscles of your core and cultivating tone and strength. And just 30 more seconds here. And perhaps you have an intention for your practice today. So maybe take this opportunity to consider your goals. What kind of practice do you need today? And the next time you exhale, just let anything go that does not serve your intention. The next time you breathe in, maybe give everything a tight squeeze. You can squeeze your hands into a fist, lift your shoulders up into your ears. And as you breathe out, let everything soften, release that tension, let it go. I'll do that again. Inhale, tense and squeeze. And then exhale, release. And just roll your shoulders around a little bit. Good. And then your arms can rest by your sides or your hands in your lap. And on your inhale, just let your eyes look up. And on your exhale, look down, nodding yes. And then nodding no. And just turning your head as far as it feels comfortable for you. And come back to center and just tilt one ear towards the shoulder. And then over to the other shoulder. So your nose is facing forward. And then again to the first side and to the other side if it's available for you. And one more time. Good. And if you're going side to side, go back to that first side and stay a little longer. If you like, you can take that hand and just gently place it on your head. Maybe the arm can just kind of rest somewhere behind you to deepen the stretch here. And you don't need to push or force, just find what feels comfortable here for you. We'll take another deep breath in and deep breath out. And then just switch to the other side, just tilting over, adding a little extra with your hands if that's an option for you. One shoulder or one arm, opposite arm is behind your back, and the other hand is gently drawing the head over. Good. And then you can let that go, roll your shoulders. Okay. This time, let's take the hands behind the head if it's an option. This isn't necessary. Your arms can be down if this isn't comfortable. Keep your elbows open and just gently tuck your chin down towards your chest. Just a little bit of pressure here, breathing into the back of the neck. And using that same deep breath in and same deep breath out. And then look up again. And this time, bring your elbows towards each other. And don't bring the chin all the way down to your chest. Just kind of nod the chin down a little bit. And this one might be a little bit harder to feel, but we're just trying to get a little bit more up into the base of the skull. You don't have to press hard, and just wherever you feel the stretch is fine. And take a nice deep breath in and deep breath out. And let your head go and roll your shoulders. All right, so now turn your nose to look towards one shoulder and then look down at that shoulder. And then the same hand as the direction you're facing, you can take that to your head to deepen the stretch. Now, it's not necessary, just having this angle here can be helpful for the neck. But if you want to add a little bit of extra, you can take your hand to your head. When you're ready, release that. Look up and look forward. And then turn to the other shoulder if that's an option, or you can repeat the same side. And now just drop your nose towards your shoulder. And then that same side hand can add just a little extra pressure. The other shoulder is just sliding down. We'll take another deep breath in and a deep breath out. And release when you're ready. Look up and look forward. All right, roll out those shoulders. And then cross one arm over your chest. The other hand can just come across that arm. You're just kind of pulling it in towards the chest here. You can even have that hand resting on your shoulder if that feels better. And trade sides if that's an option for you, and just cross the other arm over. Use your breath to deepen that stretch. And then release your arms, roll out your shoulders, and place your hands on your legs. And this time, as you inhale, just let your eyes and nose look upward. And as you exhale, look down and slide your fingers towards your knees. And one more time, inhale, look up, and exhale, look down. Return to center. And take either your hands to shoulders or behind the head and just fold the elbows in and open. So you get a stretch in the upper shoulders and in the chest. Good. Now you can continue here with the elbows bent, or if you'd like to straighten out the arms, you can open and close. Just kind of let them swing open and cross in front of the chest. Good. So we're getting into a little bit more of our warm-up phase, warming up the muscles that we'll be building today. Good. Last one. And then just bring the arms down a moment. And then take your arms in front of you again. You can either have your hands in a fist or just open. And open one arm and look back at it. And bring it back to center. And open the other arm. Now your palm direction can change. They can either face each other or the palm direction can be up. If it feels better to have the elbows bent, you can also do it with bent elbows from this direction. And it's slow here, just going a few times just to stretch out these muscles. And we'll do one more. And come back to center. Pull your elbows into your waist like a robot, and then just open and close your hands. So a lot of these movements that we're doing to warm up, we'll be adding weights to these movements. We're just getting everything ready to go and ready to bear some weight. Okay, next we have chest press. Pull the elbows and press into the chest. Good. If you'd rather have the palms up, you can do the palms up as well. It changes the elbow angle slightly, but that's okay. Okay, and now we have a decline chest press. So press down, hands come together and pull back towards the shoulders. This is really good for posture. Gonna feel this perhaps in your arms or your upper back. Good. About 4 more seconds. All right. Finally, for our chest press, we have an incline chest press. So press up and pull back. Now, if you get tired on this one, sometimes the shoulders start to complain pretty quickly. You can go back to one of the others. It can be in front of the chest, or it can be low, or you can continue to press up high. Of course, you can always do this with a single arm or both arms. 3 more seconds. 2 and 1. Good. All right, last one here for a warm up. We'll make arms like a cactus and just open and close your elbows. The hands can be open or they can be in a fist. Could always do one side at a time if that feels better. Good. 3, 2, 1, and down. Good. Give those shoulders a roll. And then we are ready to pick up our weights if you're using weights today. So all of this can be done with or without weights. Have a sip of water if you like. And then taking your weights, I'll be using 3 pounds today. And once you have your weights, just kind of take a moment with your arms resting down by your sides and just kind of lean to one side and back to center and a little lean to the other side. This adds a little bit of a stretch in the waist, but also helps to activate the core for stability. Last one. Good. Okay, come back to center. Beginning here with the hands in front. The palms can be in any direction that feels better. So up or down or in. I'm going to pull one elbow back and then the other elbow can come back. Now, if your weights are really heavy, the arms can get tired really quickly. So rest when you need to rest and come back into it when you're ready to begin again.
Hey, hey, Michelle,
Yes.
if someone doesn't have the balance to have both arms moving, can we do one arm at a time and switch
Oh,
later?
of course. Yes. Yes. So single arm or alternating arms, whatever you can do. Okay. Now, if you want to do both arms at the same time, you can do the same movement and pull both arms. Good. We'll do three more and two and one. Good. We'll bring it in, bring your arms down, roll out the shoulders. So, shoulder roll is always a good thing to do in between or a little stretch for the neck. Okay, very good. All right. When you're ready, we're going to take about 5 seconds. Our next position will be right here into our robot arms again. So elbows will be in, palms can face up. You can open and close the arms here. The elbows keep hugging to the waist. Can be a single arm. It could be both arms. Can always do one side only. So just again, do what feels good to you. Good. And some of these exercises will be more challenging than others, just depending on where we are stronger and where we have room to grow. Let's do three more. Two, last one, and bring it down. I'll take a moment just to breathe, about 10 seconds. Okay, so our next one is our decline chest press. So you're reaching down and pulling up, reaching down and pulling back. One arm or alternating arms or both. Now, all of these, again, can be done with or without weights. You can even do one set with, one set without. Good. Last one. And rest. Good. And take a moment, check in, a little stretch, deep breath. Okay. Next up, going to our incline chest press, excuse me. So reaching just like forehead level and pull back behind you. Now, again, it can be single arm. You'll do like maybe four or five on one side, and then you can switch, or you can do both arms. Good. We've got 4 more seconds. Two and one. Good. Bring the elbows in, bring your arms down, roll out those shoulders. Okay, next we have bicep curls. Okay, so either, again, single arm or alternating arms or both. Good. We're just about halfway through. And three, two, one. Very good. Now we have triceps. Triceps, you can kick the hands straight back behind you, or your hands can be above you. Just traditional triceps here, one or both arms. We're about halfway through. Make sure you're breathing, check in. Good. Last one. All right, bring it down. Quick breath so we can reset, and then we'll move into our cactus arms. So making cactus arms here, holding on to those weights or without weights. Squeeze the elbows in, squeeze them in. Still works on one side. You can always do one arm at a time. And we're about halfway through. Doing great. This is a hard one. Doesn't take much. Let's do two more. Last one. And bring it down. Okay, so that was round one. We're going to take a quick little rest. Scoot my chair forward. I'm right in the sunshine. Okay, and then preparing for round two. So each of these exercises are about 45 seconds. Okay, so single arm, both arms can be up, or single arm can be down, or pulling the elbow back. Now, the palm direction can either face in towards the center or down towards the floor, whichever gives you more control. And that was about halfway, so you can switch with me if you want to, or maybe you're doing both arms. Good. Three more. Two. Last one. And down. Good. Okay. So this is a repeat of the same thing. You could go back to single arms again or both arms at the same time. Okay, so the first one was meant to be just one arm. This time it's two arms if that's an option, or go back to single arms. We're about halfway there. Good. Three, two, and one. Good. Bring it down. Roll out those shoulders. And then make your robot arms, elbows in. We'll open and close. You can do single arm or both. We're about halfway there. Check in with your breath. Remember that core activation. The more you exhale with conscious awareness, the more you can activate the core. Good. Bring the arms down. Give the shoulders a little roll. Check in. Now we have our decline chest press. So you're reaching down and forward and pull it back. It's kind of down, forward, back and up. Now again, this can be a single arm. Let one side rest while the other side works. Maybe count to yourself, do 5. And if you're switching sides, you can go to the other side and do 5. We're a little more than halfway through our time. Good. 5 more seconds. Last one. Good. All right. Check in. Okay, this one gets harder. So remember, you can always pick the other options. Reaching up and pulling back, or reaching forward and pulling back, or reaching down and pulling back. Okay, so up will be the more challenging. Reaching down will take some of that load off. We're about halfway there. You can do a single arm or both arms, or mix it up. Good. Two more. Last one, and bring it down. Roll out the shoulders. Take a nice breath, and then let's go back to our biceps. So I've just been doing a traditional bicep curl with a rotation in the palm direction, rotating up as you lift. You could also do a hammer curl with the palm facing in the whole time. We're about halfway through. Doing great, y'all. 5 more seconds. Last one. Excellent. Pick your triceps, your favorite one to do. It can be overhead or behind you.
Will you show the other two options as well for
Sure.
folks who
So
can't do
you
this?
can also press your hands down into your seat and push yourself up and out of your seat, if I can say it, and do it at the same time. Or if you're back far enough to your chair, you can press your elbows back into your seat with a little press and release. Okay, and that'll activate both triceps and the upper back muscles. So any of those that you choose. And we've got 5 more seconds. Last one. Excellent. Okay, quick little rollout. And then our last one of round two, cactus arms. Open and close. Really squeeze those elbows together, pulling together. And get both a stretch of the upper back, activation of the chest. And we're a little more than halfway through. 10 more seconds. Squeeze it in. Last one. And release. Quick little rollout. And a sip of water if you like. We've got one more round. All right, so getting into position. This is our single arm chest press. One arm pulls, and then the other arm pulls. Now, a more challenging routine here is having that arm holding in front of you, which is challenging, right? So you can always just have that arm down, work one arm, give that arm a rest, work the other arm. Let your head look as you pull, if that's an option, just to give a little twist. Good. Last one. Come to center, bring it down. Take a breath. All right. Next, we have our midline chest press. You're going to press in front and pull. The palms can face in if it's easier to hold the weights that way. The palms can face down if you're able to hold those weights really tightly. If you'd rather do it with the palms up, pull the elbows back behind you and reach forward. Okay. Now again, you can do one side or you can do both sides. Two more. Last one. And bring it down. Take a nice breath. Look up and down. Okay. Let's do rotator cuff when you're ready. Come in with your robot arms. Open and close. And we're about halfway there. Got options, single or both. Good. 3, 2, last one. Excellent. Arms down. Shrug your shoulders. All right, now we have our decline. So decline is low, chest press. So you're pressing down and pulling high, down and up, down and up. You can do single arm, both arms, or halfway through. One side can rest. Good. 10 more seconds. Last one. Good. All right, little rest here. All right, so this is the more challenging of the three. This is our incline chest press. So we're not going overhead. This is still in front of the forehead. It's just a little bit higher than shoulder level. You can do single arm or both arms. You can play with that level. So the high level is the challenging level, mid-level, still challenging, but maybe not as much. And then the decline that we've already practiced would be a little bit less intense. Good. All right. Let's bring the arms down. Take a breath, check in, get nice and tall, and then we'll bend the elbows. This is our final round of bicep curls. About halfway there. Good. Two more. Last one. Right. And then choose your favorite triceps exercise. Push yourself up out of your chair or your overhead triceps here, or kick those hands back behind you. All of these will target the upper back of the arm. And we're about halfway there. Good. 10 more seconds. Last one. Excellent. All right. Shrug the shoulders. And then we have our final cactus arms. So elbows wide, hands out. Pull it all together, pulling in with the chest. Good. Squeeze it in. We're a little more than halfway through. Got 10 more seconds. Last one. Very good. All right, so we're done with our weights. You can set those off to the side. Have a sip of water if you like in preparation for our next little bit here. All right. So coming up, we have our high intensity interval. For each of these, we have 45 seconds of high intensity movement. That means you go to your highest intensity as fast as you want to go, as hard as you want to go. Then we take 15 seconds to rest. Okay? So we're going to start with a run. You can pump the arms. This can also be skiing, right? If you have light weights, you can always add light weights to this, but I don't recommend really heavy weights for this portion of our workout. If it's an option for you to add in the feet and the knees, you can add that in as well. So just kind of mix it up. Do what feels good to you. You want to go, go, go as fast as you can. Highest intensity for another 18 seconds. The whole point of high intensity interval training is to train our cardiovascular system to be able to ride those waves of high intensity and rest. All right, so let's take a moment, have a little break here, only 15 seconds. If you want to keep moving, keep moving. You can also just come to a bit of a rest and let yourself stretch and recharge. We call the rest our recovery time. Okay, now let's move into tossing balls. So we're going to juggle some balls here. Now remember, this is up to you, your intensity level. So the higher you reach, the further away you reach, the faster you move your arms, the more intense all of this is going to be for your entire body. You might start to feel a little breathless. So you just want to make sure that you can still breathe. You can say a few words. Keep it moving. You're reaching all around, so challenging your ability to move and to twist and to reach and to balance in your seat. And we've got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and pause. All right. So we already only have 10 seconds to rest. A little recovery time. Take a breath, hands on your legs, and let's reach up and reach down. You reach to your highest high, you reach to your lowest low. Tap the legs in between each level. Try not to let your head drop too low. So you're keeping your head lifted even as you're reaching down. Ten more seconds. Last one. And rest. Good. All right. So in between, you can take a sip of water. You can have a little stretch. If you want to keep moving, keep moving. And then we're going to play the drums. So here we go, playing those drums all around. And again, this is up to you, how much intensity you want to feel here. Press the palms out. You can press the palms up. You can press the palms down. Lots of options here. Or you can be holding drumsticks. So if you'd rather play the drums with drumsticks, that works too. And keep your body moving. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. All right, check in. Notice your intensity level. Notice your heartbeat. And get ready for a crisscross pull. Here we go. Crisscross and pull. Crisscross and pull. If the crisscross doesn't feel like a good option for you today, it can be a punch and pull or a reach and pull. All very similar. You can always fill in any of these exercises with something else that works better for you as well. So as long as you're moving, that is all that counts. Good. 10 more seconds. And rest. Good. Deep breath in, deep breath out. All right, next we're going to chop some wood, hands together like you're holding an axe, chopping up and down one arm or both arms. Good. Keep breathing. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good. All right. Quick recovery moment. Check in with your breath. 5 more seconds. And let's catch some flies. You're catching flies or shooting stars. Good. Maybe there's money falling from the sky. It's a very windy day. Who knows what might be flying around today? And again, you want to catch all around you. So not just in one position, but up, out, down, low, high, behind you, all around you. Good. 10 more seconds. Then 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Okay. So even during the rest periods, we're focused, we're attentive to the breath, we're checking in, right? So let's go to our punches now. We've got some speed punches to do, like you have one of those punching bags right in front of your chest. Punching outward, elbows stay lifted. Good. Keep it moving. If you want to move your body along with it, you can lean forward and back, or just lean back and hold yourself there, connected to your core. You can also do a little dodging, moving around, adding some variety. Good. 3 more seconds. 2 and 1, and rest. Check in with your breath. Shake out your arms, roll your shoulders. All right, next we're going to row the boat. You can row the boat across the body. If this doesn't feel good, this twisting motion, you can also row in front of your body. Okay, you're just rowing your boat any way you like here. Again, you meet your level of intensity here. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. All right. Check in. Make sure you're not kind of drooping and letting the head go. Good. All right. So cactus arms are going to open and close. Here you get to flap the arms a little bit more than we did before. So here we want to find some speed. Good. Again, if any of these moves irritate you, if you'd rather do something else, just please pick any number of these exercises. Good. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Shake it out. All right, so we're about halfway through. We're going to go back to our run. You can dive in whenever you're ready. Again, if it's an option to add in your feet and your knees, you are welcome to. We can also ski. I know some of you have plenty of snow to ski in today. I just have a little bit of ice. That's about it. All right. So skiing, running. Doing great, y'all. Find your flow, your intensity. You can go faster than me, so don't try to match what I'm doing. You do what feels right for you. Doing great. 5 more seconds. And three, and two, and one, and rest. Good. Check in with that breath. The breath really matters here. Use the exhale. Release that breath all the way out. And let's toss our balls, going back to juggling, juggling all around you, up and around, low and high, turning and reaching. Looking good, y'all. Keep it moving. 20 seconds. And three, two, one, and rest. Good. All right. Checking in, hands on your legs in preparation for our reach up and reach down. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And the purpose is not to reach the ground. You're just reaching as low as you comfortably can and reaching as high as you can. Almost there. 10 more seconds. Last one. Good job. All right. Quick little break. Have a sip of water if you're feeling a little dehydrated. All right. When you're ready to play those drums, here we go. Again, you can play the bongos with your hands open, or you can play those snare drums with drumsticks. A little bit of both if you want some more variety. Here we use our imaginations. We have drums all around us, on the ground, in the air. Three, two, one, and rest. Good. Deep breath in, deep breath out. All right, next up we have our crisscross pull. Here we go. 20 more seconds. Doing great, y'all. We're almost there. 5 more seconds. And last one. Very good. All right. When you're ready, we'll go back to chopping some wood. Hands together, holding that axe, not those axes, but one axe. Maybe somebody can do two at a time. I don't know about that. 20 more seconds. Good, everybody. Three, two, one, and rest. Very good. All right, check in. A little breath. Notice your heart rate. All right, here we go. Back to catching those magic flies, those $100 bills, shooting stars, snowflakes, lots of those around, all around you, everywhere, up and down. Just scooping them in or pulling them in with a fist. 15 seconds. Good. And rest. Deep breath in, deep breath out. All right, speed punches. Here we go. Right in front of the chest. You can add in a bit of a movement here of the upper body if you want to. Chest can rotate, you can lean, you can rock, or stay still and move the arms. Okay, lots of choices here to increase or decrease the intensity. Good. Looking around. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. Deep breath here. Okay, so our final one here will be our rowboat. Rowing your boat any way you want, as fast as you want to go. Doing great. 25 seconds. Five more seconds. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Good. All right, check in for a moment. Roll out the shoulders. Hands can rest on your legs. And let your eyes look up. And your eyes look down. And just roll one ear towards the shoulder. And over to the other side. And back down. And then on your inhale, eyes look up, elbows slide back. And exhale, look down, fingers slide forward. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Come back to center and just roll out your shoulders if there's anything else that you would like to do to help stretch and relieve any tension you might feel. Just take another moment.